Hello and welcome to the next episode of the LGS podcast. And today is probably, I'll give it to him. Probably my most special guest so far,
Oh, so
my my brother Darrell.
people line.
How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, thanks for having me on your podcast. Pretty cool. I've always wanted to do more podcasts, just talking, about anything. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool you're doing it. Like,
Mm,
what made you want to start doing it? Obviously, I know you do a lot of content creation and stuff,
mm.
but yeah, man, I've never heard you speak about wanting to do a podcast before.
Yeah, I mean, to be perfectly honest, I did start one a little while ago, quite a while ago, with a group of friends, and it very much went nowhere. Like I was the one doing basically everything in the grand scheme of things, as in behind the scenes, like for YouTube. I was the one doing the YouTube side, and we had other people doing like for Instagram and to like other socials, but nothing was being really uploaded. So I was like,
Right.
and then it sort of eventually just sort of slowly naturally died out of thing, and I was like, well, if you want something done right, do it yourself. So I want to start my own one, and I can get people who I want on it, and sort of thing. And that, yeah,
Yeah.
just sort of stemmed from there really.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, I
How's it
mean,
going?
yeah, it's been, I mean, obviously nothing's been uploaded yet.
Yeah.
Everything's sort of like, at the time of recording this, nothing's been uploaded yet. It's all on private. I'm trying to get ahead because I'm going away on holiday and everything. So
What are you going
yeah,
to? Where are you going?
going to Mallorca, innit?
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Oh, was it you that was?
Yeah, it was
I
me.
I tried the book and I was like, oh no, you gotta. Someone else wants to book during this date.
Oh, well,
Um,
I'm going in August, so I've got one in a couple of weeks.
yeah, yeah, that's when the date was. Yeah.
Ah, ah.
Damn it! I was like, who the hell's booking to go on this date? I was like, oh.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm going away obviously with the missus and everything, so it'll be nice. But I want to try and get ahead and then start uploading either halfway through of August or beginning of September, and then I'll be with this episode recorded now. I will be 4 weeks ahead. I've already got one set for Monday, so I'll be 5 weeks
Oh wow.
ahead. So and then I can
Yeah.
sort of do one a week after that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Awesome.
I mean, I've went through a bit of a podcast phase, but I'm still going for it. I'm listening to so many podcasts, so many different variety of. I just love listening to
I
podcasts.
can. You might have already seen it, but I've got a good recommendation for one.
Mm.
Um. Oh my god, I've just forgot the name of it.
No,
I think it's called Real. What is it? I'm gonna Google it. Sorry, it's
no, go for it.
You know John Berthnell, the actor. He's in The Walking Dead. Shane.
Oh
He,
yeah.
I think it's called Real Ones.
Okay.
Let me just double check that. He's also the Punisher in the
Mm.
Dead series, right?
Wasn't he in
He
Wasn't he in Wolf of Wall Street as well?
he was, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He was. He's a very. I mean, I love him as an actor, but he's in so many projects that you just wouldn't know.
Yeah.
It is. I'm right. It's called Real Ones.
Mm.
It's his podcast, but it's a live video, sort of similar to what you're doing now.
Mm.
But he gets like he doesn't really do celebrities. The ones he does are the ones that are maybe going through, like not a tough time, but just a certain point in their life where it's almost like not an intervention. But like he had Shia LaBeouf on now.
Mm.
He's got Davison on there, but he also does ones with people who have gone through like the Navy SEALs, people who have gone undercover, and it's very real, if that makes sense. I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
like real ones, but
Mm.
it's fascinating, man. Like, and it's a lot of men being like vulnerable and
Mm.
talking about things that they probably wouldn't usually talk about. So yeah, definitely recommend that one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll have to check it out. I mean, at the end of the day, I just like listening to podcasts, and I do like him as an actor anyway. I don't know him don't know him, or really haven't really seen anything of him like as a person, just as from an acting
Yeah,
point of view and everything
right.
like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, yeah, like well, speaking of like acting and that sort of stuff, I know obviously because I'm your brother at the end of the day, that you
might
obviously
everything I say, but yeah.
that you went into acting and everything, but what actually made you go, you know what, this is the path I want to choose, this is where I want to go? What actually made you want to do that?
Mm. So as you probably know, we were sort of because as a child I was the complete opposite. I was super shy. I was super like social, but I was a bit weird. I remember we was doing what was we doing? Oliver Twist audition at primary school. I hid because I didn't want to sing in front of the teacher, and I ended up teaming up with 4 other boys, and we sung He's Got the Whole World in His Hands terribly. I ended up getting like Joe the barman. I think I had like 3 lines which I screamed, and yeah, I just wasn't very confident, wasn't really a performer, but and then obviously, as you know yourself, we joined Scouts and stuff, got to do some gang shows there, just local theatre, being on stage and that. But yeah, I mean, it's always sort of we're quite a creative family, but we've also had an upbringing of very sort of, you know, go to school, get a job, and sort of just try to sort of, you know, survive and make things, you know, quite a humble, I suppose, working class family, right?
Yeah.
And as I got older, I just sort of did so many jobs. I did, you know, I've been an engineer, I've been a bricklayer, I studied IT, I've been, you know, barman, I've worked in retail, I've done everything. So I just never was really interested in anything. And then I remember I started you know what? I don't actually know. I remember the point of when I'm thinking, you know what? I just want to give it a go, because I've always had an interest in acting. It was when I watched one of my favourite films, which was Shutter Island, as you know as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You can't see it, but I got a poster there as well. And I just remember watched it with our other brother, Mitchell, and I just remember being so captivated by it, and I was so like, I didn't know anything about the plot, so, and I was so invested, and I was just like, oh man, like, can't describe this feeling that I'm getting just watching people perform. And I was like, oh, I would so love to be able to do something which not only lets me express myself, but to have that impact as well in part of like a creative project way. And then from there, it's weird. I started looking at places to study, and then I did a few short courses. I did one short course, which the guy told me, don't bother acting. I was actually the poor school. I don't think it exists anymore. But yeah, I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I wasn't memorizing my lines properly. I was just sort of, you know, wasn't really thinking about the craft side. And then I remember, big fan of Tom Hardy. I started Googling his, you know, how he got started and stuff. And he started at a place called Richmond Drama School. And I remember Googling it, and I remember they had like a term available. And then they had, I emailed them. My teacher at the time was Vicky Hobbs. She's amazing. She messaged back and said, "Look, we've only got one audition day available. That's tomorrow. Can you come?" And I was like, "Oh crap!" And I was like, "You know what? I'm going to do it." And I asked my boss. He reluctantly said yes. I went there and I auditioned. Don't think it was very good, but she could see my passion.
Yeah.
I think she could see potential. First time as well, someone saw that in me. And I got in, and I did that for a few years, and then that sort of got me into doing monologues, got me into doing more plays, and it really was the start of me sort of becoming a student again, almost. But that's something I actually want to do, yeah. So, very long answer, but yeah, that's sort of how I got started.
No, I mean, I actually remember you going there because I remember watching you in a few little things you had there. I think one of them was History Boys, if I'm right in saying, and there was another one as well. I can't remember, I don't know the name of it, but you was like, I remember you having to smoke a fake cigarette or something, but I can't remember what the name of it was.
I think that was I think we was doing Reservoir Dogs. I think
that might have been it. Yeah, because
something really random because Michael Barrymore was there. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. Oh God.
Michael Barrymore.
Yeah, I remember History Boys. You being in History Boy very well, because I went both days because obviously mum went and our other brother went as well. So it's like
my biggest fan.
Yeah, always been since day one.
No, that was great.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, like, because obviously I've always like, I did acting in school, drama, that sort of stuff, but I've never really pursued it out of school really, or college or anything like that. and obviously seeing you on that sort of stage, whether it's, you know, big or small sort of stage, it's very different seeing someone who you like care a lot about doing something which you can see their passion seeping through them. And the fact that you said that this is that was one of the first people, or if not the first person, who saw passion in you, their tutor Vicky.
I
Yes.
still keep in contact with her to this day. I still see her, my sensei in a way, you know, and she always offers feedback on any videos I put up. And yeah, it was tough because I was working at the time. You know, some of the people there had it all paid for them. They would just go study and then that's it. They can go home. I was juggling it with a job that I was trying not to get fired from. I remember I had to go. They introduced an extra day to do like some improv show, and I really wanted to go, but it meant I had to take Mondays off, which was the busiest day at my job. And I basically offered to go there at like 7 a.m. Work for free until about 11 in the morning, and then I would go to my class so I could rehearse and prep for this improv show.
Oh God!
And he said yes. So I was literally working for free, just so he wouldn't fire me the other days.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really easier to do it, but yeah, I was so like determined to go and not let anything stop me, you know.
Because I remember because you said that about you initially going like when it's tomorrow. Do you reckon if your boss had said no, not a chance, do you think you would have just gone anyway? Do you think you would have gone, nah, that's it, I'm gonna pull a sickie or something?
Yeah, you know what? I would love to say that I would be like, yeah, fuck the system, man. I'm gonna go. They're telling me what to do. But in all honesty, I don't know. Like you say, what happens if I didn't go? You know, that was a big part of my life, because not only did I go there and obviously learn the beginnings of acting and meeting like-minded individuals, I also met a previous partner that I was with for 7 years. So if I didn't go there, not only would none of that would have happened. So I do believe, the universe does work some ways, because if I didn't Google it at that time, find it at that right moment, it probably never would have happened from there. So it just goes to show, following your gut instinct and yeah, just being always curious and ready. Sometimes it does take like there's an opportunity. Are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
And it's scary sometimes, but if you can push through, it can have good rewards at the end.
Because obviously, I mean, I can't, because it's the matter of if you didn't go. There's so many different, like, your life could have been very different to what it is now, like different life experiences as well. And I know you've done quite a bit of, if I'm correct in saying, done quite a bit of extra work as well. Like, what sort of, obviously you have to start from the bottom, working your way up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
What was extra work like? Was it different depending on the different projects, as in like the bigger the film or the little series or anything like that? Was it?
Yeah. So I actually did extra work before I started studying at Richmond. It was just to, I wouldn't recommend doing, if you want to be an actor, doing too much extra work. Obviously, it's a way of earning money, but it was a good way of, if you've never been on a film set before, it's great in terms of seeing how things work. Obviously, when you work on independent projects, it's not going to be the same, but it's just good in terms of just seeing, especially if you work with people who you admire. I think I didn't do that many extra jobs. I did like maybe 3 or 4. But the beginning one that I did was, I think the first ever one I did was Skyfall. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
This is how naive I was. So I remember thinking, like, I remember telling everyone, I was like, I'm going to watch out for me. I'm going to be in Skyfall. Like, the camera was literally right here like this. And I was like, oh my God, like, it's going to be a close up. I'm reacting to an explosion. I'm going to be like, oh. And then you watch it, and then you're just blurred. Like 2 seconds. And like, you could, if you got a good pause button, you can be like, that's me. But yeah, I remember, that was funny. So from that moment, regardless of whether I'm like, how featured I am in a film, I won't tell people to watch it until I've seen it, because just in case you get cut, which has also happened on TV stints I've done, where I had like a featured role and it got cut, so then it didn't make TV, and then you're just like, people are like, oh, I watched it, I didn't see you, and you're like, oh, yeah, I was in it, but
yeah, it's that embarrassing. It's, I guess, from the point of view of being really happy about something embarrassing, quite a feel, can be an embarrassing feeling of going, okay, when I actually got cut, because there's a particular scene from a series, I think it's Big Bang Theory, and Penny, like, she's trying to become an actor, and she's like, oh yeah, she's got a scene in this, I think it was like NCIS or something, and they cut her whole bit out, and they were all sat round ready to watch it all together. And it's like, you know, it gets heartbreaking sort of thing, because it's like, you're so thrilled about this thing, this could be your big shot or something like that, or someone might see you. Because I actually remember Skyfall as well. I remember we was all in the living room on the skybox going, and we paused. It was as the dude was walking out the train station. We paused and went, "Oh look, there's Darrell! There's Darrell!"
Worst hairstyle ever as well, by the way. I think I had like the side fringe, and the rest was spiked up. It was like the pineapple look. It wasn't a good look. So you couldn't recognize me now. Do you know what I mean?
What would you say, like, some of the challenges you came up against, whether it's for extra work or actually filming and shooting, filming and other things? Like, what would you say were some of the main challenges you came up against?
Do you mean the extra work at the beginning, or do you mean like just acting in general now?
I think just acting in general now, yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of sacrifice. Obviously, you know, it's a very last minute industry. You have to make sacrifices, you know, for social events. You know, if you got a project you get cast for and it's on someone's birthday, sometimes you have to, you know, you have to go to that. There's like, you know, it is really tough. It's a lot you need thick skin, because, you know, you need to learn. It took me a long time to learn to, when I was on the other side of casting, it helped me so much, because you begin to realize just the bigger picture and how much of a small, like, size of you are of the project. And sometimes nothing to do with you. You're just not right for the character. So whether you completely bum the audition, or you did some of your best work and they love you, you might not be right for the project. It might not even be to do with you. It might be to do with who you're starring opposite. Do you know what I mean? Like, silly things like hair color or height, like things that you can't control at all, will be sort of used against you in a way. So you have to sort of learn to adapt as well, and to not have your heart set on projects, because I've had that in the past where I'm like, I'm so perfect for this role and I really want it, and then sometimes and if you don't get it, and then you obviously you get that self-doubt, and you're like, oh, maybe, you know. So, and these are things that every actor goes through. So yeah, it is tough. Like I say, I think I've had projects fall on important dates, and I've had to have, you know, sometimes I dropped out of a project to do the date, or then sometimes I've had to cancel things. As you probably know, I've missed quite a lot of family events as well. Yeah. Through filming and that, but it is what it is. If you want it, you have to do it, because you're easily replaceable, and life doesn't work that way. It doesn't, you know, you never really get the chance to be prepared. You just have to be willing to, you know, do what you want to do. Some people won't, and they maybe won't go as far as others, but it's all, you know, comes down to a lot of factors: casting types, luck. You know, I'm quite a generic casting, but I know that, you know, I'm a 6 foot white guy who maybe will get cast as, you know, a love interest sometimes, or a few more action roles. You know, I'd love to do more comedy, but I don't get cast in comedies because
you're not funny.
Because I'm just terribly funny. Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, but you know, it is what it is, because I've been doing it a while now. You know, I've done good projects and bad projects, and it just, you know, and I'll probably do it until I don't want to do it anymore. So
yeah, I mean, it's a very, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, because I've maybe like a handful, if that, of people I know who do like acting, that sort of stuff. It's a very cutthroat business. Like you said, it's like if you could have one thing wrong, and that's it. So it's
but like, you know, that not just works against you, but that can work for you sometimes as well. You know, having a unusual look or an unusual talent or something which, you know, you could go 10 years without being right for any role, and then a Hollywood blockbuster comes along and they're looking for like this type of person who maybe looks a certain way for a certain character, and then that's you, and then all of a sudden you're perfect for the role, and then say you know, you're lucky enough to get cast, and obviously you know, you manage to book it and nail the audition, and then that's it. And then other doors open. So you need to be in it to be able to get that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I know people who started acting from their early 20s and then they don't get their break until they're like 44 and they're struggling financially and they're thinking, you know, about giving up. And then a role comes along, television series, recurring character, and then that's it. Their life's changed completely then. So it is, you know, I don't see it as like I got to make it by a certain age, because as I get older, my casting changes.
Yeah, of course.
I'm no longer going to be cast as a schoolboy. Not that I don't think I ever was. I know I was. But did you see what I mean? As I get older, you mature, especially when you get into your 30s, your whole casting type changes. You're no longer, you know, to do with teenage roles. Now you're looking at some more mature roles. But it's funny because with me, I'm too old to be early 20s, but I also don't get cast a lot for sort of mid 30s range.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a good thing, because I don't know if I don't look like a dad. I don't know. I could have a kid.
Never know.
Old enough. But yeah, like I say, is what it is, and you just got to make it work.
So what would you say your favorite, if like anything, like acting wise, what has been your favorite thing to be in so far? Like, do you have something which you can recall of gone, you know what, I've really enjoyed that shoot and I would love to do something similar or something like that again?
Oh man,
so many.
My first, no, you know what? I don't know. It's difficult. I've done a lot of different projects and stuff. My first TV role was quite fun to do, where I played, excuse me, I played a younger Christopher Reeve. The reason it was like an episode of Autopsy where they investigate celebrity deaths. But the reason that was cool was because I was so nervous to do it. Some of that got cut, by the way, so that's another example of that. But the reason that was so fun, it was because I got to like really research him as a person and try and look at things differently when it comes to creating a character. So when it's someone real, you look at their mannerisms and the way they speak and their flow and stuff like that. So that was really fun. Oh man, I mean, if I had to choose a favorite, I like a lot of stuff where I get to do action as well.
Yeah.
You know, because I like my sort of minor stunts on screen, whether that's sort of combat fighting or just stunts in general. But to be honest, I think my favorite role is yet to come. I think, you know.
Yeah.
I just wrapped on another feature film which will probably come out later this year. That was quite fun. That was a Cinderella movie coming out. You might have seen it on sort of online tabloids and stuff, but that was good fun.
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw a lot of that on your socials as well.
Yeah,
and who was it? I think it was.
Just so you know.
Sorry, pardon.
I'm playing Cinderella, just so you know.
I knew it.
I told you my casting's diverse. I'm chameleon.
He can do everything. I'm cold.
Yeah, I'm old.
But yeah, because I think my missus, I think her mum, when she was showing you doing Prince Charming and stuff, and she was like, oh yeah, he is very like, you are Prince Charming sort of thing. Like you had that look, that exact look.
So that's pretty cool as well. I didn't realize how sort of pinpointed it was to the animation. But I'm just getting prepped now as well to do a role of a boxer as well.
Nice.
In another film coming out, so that would be cool. And then it's really quiet right now because obviously there's a writer's strike going on. And I think it affects on obviously United Kingdom in general. But so I'm just trying to stay creative. That's why I'm doing other things as well, whether that's sort of professional things. Or like personal things, to do with exercising or streaming like yourself. But yeah, so we're just going to see how it goes.
And yeah, I mean, you sort of mentioned it just a few seconds ago, or maybe even a minute ago. Is there anything at the moment which could be coming out in the near future which we would be able to watch you in, or do you not? Would you rather sort of keep that like stum, just in case.
I mean, no, I mean, if you type my name in, you'll find projects that I'm in. You know, so yeah, so they're always going to be around. There's films I'm in that are on Amazon. So there's 2 films, or like I think about 3 feature films coming out this year. But no, yeah, I mean, I couldn't name just one, just because some of them are just weird, but some of them are not so weird. So it's hard to pick up, really.
Of course.
But I'm also probably more interested in making my own project, which I think is hopefully going to happen this year.
Oh, nice.
I think I've sent it to you already, didn't I?
Yeah.
During COVID times. So we'll see, because that I find quite interesting too, being on the other side of the camera. So yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can see something soon. And speaking of new stuff, a little while ago, a new Avenged Sevenfold album came out after like a 8-year wait.
Oh, it's a long. Was it 9 years? I thought it was.
But with the obviously after like a night, I think it was like a 9-year wait of the new Avenged Sevenfold album. We didn't get. I mean, obviously, a lot of people had expectations going into the new album, but we didn't get a typical Avenged Sevenfold album. We got something completely like outrageous.
Yeah.
But
it's weird that I was so prepped, so I was so hyped for this album, and just because of what I've been going through in my own life, and to do with, you know, absurdism and you know, the philosophers that they were inspired by with the writing and stuff. You know, a lot of what's that word? I can never, you know, existential. Thinking, like, not existential crisis, because I think that's a bit harsh, but just a lot of like mortality awareness, I would call it, and just hearing sort of, you know, M Shadows, Matt, and seeing talk about the themes and, you know, their influences through Mr. Bungle and Dream Theater and stuff like that. I was just ready for anything. So it wasn't so much as a shock with me. I listened to quite a lot of sort of progressive rock anyway, which is weird, you know, which sort of goes up and down. Yeah. But I must admit, yeah, like the first time I heard "We Love You," I didn't know what to think. I was just going, "What the hell is going on with this song?" But then after about 5 listens, I love it. It's one of the best songs on the album, and then watching them perform it live as well. My God, it works so well live, better almost. But yeah, what about you? What was your? Because obviously you've been you're a big Avenged fan too. Like, what was your first initial response like after your first full listen?
I mean, I remember the exact. The thing is, apart from obviously Nobody and We Love You, apart from those songs, which initially, like the singles, I guess you could call them, the first song I listened to by accident, because I saw something on Reddit, and it was either a new Avenged Sevenfold album. It'd been leaked, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" So I clicked it, and it was Easier, and it came on, and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah!" And I was listening to the car with my missus and everything, and she was like, "What's this?" And I was like, "It's Avenged Sevenfold's new album." She was like, "What?" And I got home that night.
I tried to wait until release date. I was like, "No, I'm gonna be a loyal fan. You know, screw these, you know, stupid nerds like hacking the album. Like, I'm not gonna do it." And then I thought, "Nah, sod it, I'm doing it." So I waited until the full album was leaked, and then I remember I came home. I was like, I have to set the mood, you know, because they said they wrote the album on, you know, drugs, right? Not that I took loads of drugs, because I didn't do that. That sounds bad. But no, I waited till it was like midnight, and I sat outside. I got my, you know, my earpods, and I just sat, and I just looked into nothing, and I just listened full from beginning to end. And yeah, and like say, you know, credit to those guys, man. Like, I love them as a band, but it takes a lot for them to do that, because they could have just done, like some bands do, the same old stuff of what they want to do, which they know will be commercially successful, and they'll probably make more money and get more streams from it. But they want to be, you know, they want to do what they want to do creatively, and you gotta respect. But I love the album. A lot of people going, "Oh, you know, I don't know what to think about the God trilogy and stuff." Well, I love it. I love Frank Sinatra. I love Daft Punk too. Well, I like to say love, but I like that type of music. And to hear, you know, one of your favorite bands experiment with different genres, I think it's great. But
I mean, yeah, with Avenged, I feel like every album, you listen to every album. Yes, they always they always have an Avenged Sevenfold sound. Like they have that, you put it on, you know it's Avenged. But I feel like every album you can definitely hear the evolution and progression, like through the whole, like the change, like even from City of Evil to the self-titled album was very vastly different as well. And then going to like Hell to the King, like that was just very like Metallica-esque sort of, and then going into the stage. Sorry, what?
What did you think of Hail to the King?
I love that album. I still remember. So this is my memory of this list. I'll compare the two different albums for you, like for first time listening. With Hail to the King, the day it came out, I went to HMV, I bought the CD, came home, sat in my room, put it in my stereo, and sat on my bed and just listened to the whole album. And now that was like an amazing feeling for me. And then this time it was, I got home, went onto the Google Drive, whatever it was, and then listened to every song. Yeah, listened to every song all the way through, from start to finish. And I just laid in my bed listening to it. And I was just sort of closing my eyes listening. And it was like, I just remember as soon as Life is But a Dream finished, I just opened my eyes and went, oh, God, that was amazing. Like, I loved it, sort of thing. There wasn't like, I think G took a few songs to me, took a few listens to get used to. We Love You took a few listens to get used to, but every other song on that album I instantly just was hooked on, sort of thing. But now I listen to G and We Love You, I absolutely love them. I don't know, it's just, I've always been...
Your thoughts on them ending with an instrumental, which since the Gates obviously learned, like he learned that a few months, right? And then he said the producer went over to his house and he recorded it in like one take. Which I think was actually, he said he recorded it as a lullaby for M Shadow's daughter, I think. But it's annoying because I had it spoiled for me that the last song was an instrumental, and I wish I could have experienced that for the first time. But I couldn't name my favorite track from there because I feel like I agree with a lot of people when they says the album should be listened to from sort of beginning to the end. You know, the themes and stuff. But I will say, like I say, you probably saw my Instagram story. Like a lot of people, I had such a amazing sort of experience listening to Cosmic as well, with the right sort of environment and looking at the stars and stuff. And like, man, them guys are just sort of musical geniuses. I think the evolution since obviously the Rev died. You know, I was reading something say. The difference between sort of Brooks Wackerman and the Rev, and you know, not like who was better, but like what sort of direction would they have gone in if the Rev didn't die? You know, would they have songs like The Stage? You don't know, do you? You don't know. Probably wouldn't have been a lot wackier, but like The Stage is very underrated as well.
I love that song. I love that album. Like there's certain songs in that album which I don't think get enough credit. What was that, Fermi Paradox? I love that song. I think that's actually my favorite song off of that album. Like, I love that song so much. The first time I listened to it, it's just something in my head just went, "This is it." Yeah, this. But yeah, it's...
I don't name a song off that. I mean, I probably would choose The Stage. I just think that's such a good song.
Yeah,
I love that song so much. It's one of the best lead guitars as well. But I'm trying to think. I love Exist, man. I mean, I wouldn't listen, like, you know, especially the singing parts as well. It's just, there's actually a video on YouTube, I don't know if you've seen it, where someone's made a whole music video for Exist, but they took it from the Discovery Channel, so it's all to do with the planets, so everything that happened in the song, you know, like the birth of civilization and, you know, the Big Bang and all that stuff. Someone's done like a visual music video to it, so you should check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. That's
really cool. You just need about 20 minutes because the song is ages.
Yeah. I mean, because I know you said about you can't really pick a favorite song off, because that was actually going to be my next question, but you did say Cosmic. Because I was going to say, if you had to pick a favorite song off of Life Is But a Dream, would it be, because you mentioned Cosmic, would it be Cosmic or would it be...
No, it wouldn't be. In terms of what I listen to the most, it would either be Nobody. I love that song so much, you know. I've even got a Nobody tattoo, as you can see there. You know, that is Japanese kanji for Nobody, with my love for that. the philosophy of that song. But you know what song I really like, because I'm a big Alice in Chains fan as well.
Oh yeah.
I love
Beautiful Morning.
Beautiful Morning. Yeah, it's just such a groove, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's such like that chorus. You walk on water.
It's
You just can't help but like nod your head.
yeah.
But then I also love metal.
Yeah.
I love the up and downs of that. I love the sort of musical theatre-esque they have to them songs.
Yeah.
But I love Game Over too.
Every damn song.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this one. I love this one. All of them.
like yeah, it was. I was not disappointed. It was worth the wait. That's why I've got the vinyl above me right now.
Yeah.
My first ever vinyl. Yeah, amazing album. But who you been listening to recently? That's sort of not Avenged, because I've been listening to
Avenged.
I'm on a massive, like, one of my favorite bands right now. I've been listening to them for quite a few months. I think I might have said to do a reaction for them on your channel.
Coltrane?
Is like I Prevail.
Oh, I Prevail. Oh, okay.
Have you heard them before?
Yeah, I've heard a few of their songs.
Oh man, they're so good, but they're so good live as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them guys I'm listening to. I'm also listening to a band called Periphery. Have you heard of them before?
Can't say that I have, no.
They are very. If you like Life is But no, I'll probably say they're more similar to Dream Theater.
Okay.
Have you listened to Dream Theater a bit? Or?
Maybe one, but I couldn't tell you what it was.
Oh, okay. So that's the band that sort of the Rev, Mike Portnoy, he used to be in Dream Theater. So very progressive, very like 10, 11-minute songs and just craziness. But yeah, no. About new bands for bloody hours, didn't we?
If you had to choose, like, could you choose? Do you reckon a favorite Avenged album? Like, if someone went, okay, well, obviously you have all the albums out in front of you. Sound of the Seventh Trumpet, Waking to Fall In, City of Evil, self-titled album, the Crossroads album, the Diamond in the Rough, I think it's called, isn't it? Hell to the King stage, huh?
I said, M. Shadows hates that album.
Does he? What, Diamonds in the Rough?
Yeah.
Oh, great album.
Oh, right, yeah, but he says it's all songs that just are not good enough, which is interesting. But yeah. Favorite album.
I'm trying to think of mine, because I think the first song I actually ever heard of Avenged, I think, was Beast and the Harlot.
Yeah, I think that was mine too.
I think because I heard it from you, but I also heard it through flipping Guitar Hero.
yeah. That was hard. That was hard on Guitar Hero, wasn't it?
But favorite, I love. There's so many albums. The thing is, I love every album for a different reason.
Yeah, it might be because every album's so different as well. So the mood you're in, right? It might be easier if you name favorite song off each album. That'd be tough.
Yeah,
I do think the self-titled album might be my pick.
Yeah, because I think I resonate the most with the self-titled album as well, mainly because watching the making of it made me love it more.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, and there's so many songs on that album which I've probably listened to, so like Afterlife and stuff like that, Dear God, Brompton Cocktail, like there's so many songs on that album which I've listened to so many times. But
honestly, I couldn't. This new album would be up there, but it's so different. So the early stuff is hard to sort of. Do you know what I mean? It's like two different picks almost. But all right, favorite single from
each album, City of Evil. Oh, for me, it's Betrayed.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Actually, yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
What's yours?
I don't know. You know what song I always loved, because I found a YouTube video of it, and it was a Dragon Ball Z fight, and it was Strength of the World.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
Great song. Yeah. No, I like Betrayed. Burn It Down.
Oh yeah.
Is Burn It Down Waking the Fallen?
No, Burn It Down is City of Evil.
Yeah. MIA. MIA maybe.
Yeah, it's. I love that song. There's so many songs I love, but yeah,
Too many. It's too hard.
it's too many. But
I bought.
yeah, did you listen to much of the first album, or is it just a select few?
Sounding the Seventh Trumpet. Yes, but I like to end the Rapture. I think I love the song. Oh, no, it's Waking the Fallen, isn't it? Okay. So
I was gonna say so we'll go through the album. So, favorite song off of Sound of the Seventh Trumpet for you? Would you say it's?
It'd be. I think it would be To End the Rapture.
I think mine would be Streets, because that's very like very punk rock sort of thing, like just crazy drums.
Very, very like I'm not too big of a fan of that kind of screaming.
Like scream, yeah.
Doing as well. Like I like screaming, but it's a certain type that I like. And that was just like pure. Every word is like. Okay, yeah. So, but Waking the Fallen.
Waking the Fallen. See, I have two. I'm stuck between.
I think mine would have to be. I Won't See You Tonight, Part 1.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay.
Such an underrated song, man. Especially live. You've watched them do it live. It's really sad. It's a really sad song about suicide.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you?
I'm stuck between two, and that would be between Reminiscence and Chapter 4. Because Chapter 4, I think if I had to choose one, I think it would be Chapter 4. Because I remember when I heard that, I went and saw him live. When I went and saw him live, it was the same weekend I went with you, but it was the day before, because I went to both days, didn't I?
Oh,
and it was the day before, and they played Chapter 4 live, and oh my god, I was like, I'm in heaven. I loved that. I forgot how much I loved this song. But yeah, I think for me it'd have to be Chapter 4 off of Waking the Fallen.
I like Eternal Rest as well.
Oh yeah.
Live. That song rocks live, man. It's like he gets the hey.
See everyone jumping up and down.
He's like, come on, like everyone jump, like. And as that was during the days where they all worked out as well. Yeah. And everyone, he's got like M Shadows as his hedge. Great.
Alright, what's the City of Evil? So mine, I think mine, I've already said mine. Betrayed,
Yeah, mine would probably be maybe. Oh God.
Wicked End. MIA.
I do like yeah, MIA maybe. I mean, I love Backcountry, but I've also heard it like
so many times.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like the classic song, isn't it? It's like saying a Papa Roach song and someone saying Last Resort.
Yeah.
It's just 20 years. But yeah. But the next album's easier.
Oh, a self-titled album.
Yeah. Straight away, Little Piece of Heaven.
Oh yeah, that's a phenomenal song.
So much.
Yeah. I think. See, for me, off the self-titled album, it's Lost.
Really?
Yeah,
a lot of people don't like Lost.
I love Lost
because of the auto-tune stuff that they were experimenting with.
I love that. I don't know what it is. It's just remember the first. I've got some weird Avenged Sevenfold favourites by the sounds of it. When I listen to Lost,
it's with the children as well.
No, that's Unbound, the World Ride.
Yeah.
The Lost ends with like what Sin said. It's like his a goofy, hyperactive guitar solo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I love Lost because I love the dual wielding guitars back and forth, and then Shadows, like when he used that's the first time I think they used that sort of auto tune.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just fell in love. I just sort of fell in love with it. Are we including Diamonds in the Rough? If we are, Demons, mine would be.
I do like Demons. I think mine would be maybe Up to the End.
Yeah. That's good as well.
Oh, Dancing Dead's another good one.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got Walk on there. It's not their song, but I love their cover of that. But okay, so after that is Nightmare. Ooh.
Oh my god, yeah, Nightmare. Victim.
I love Victim.
Yeah.
Such a heartfelt song, isn't it?
I think Victim might be mine off of.
It's either Save Me.
Oh, oh my god! How can I forget? So good.
Yeah, Save Me or Buried Alive.
Mm.
Love Buried Alive.
So if I go ones, if I go ones why I listen most,
video for it. It was so good. And the word coming at you.
the thing I don't even listen to Victim the most, but when I listen to it, I feel like I love it the most.
Oh yeah.
If I don't know to explain it.
I have to be in the right mood to listen to Victim. Same as Tonight the World Dies, just because of it's so like I don't know, very emotional songs. And like,
Yeah.
But man, yeah, I don't even realize how good Nightmare was. And when that released as well, I remember it knocked Eminem off the top. So Eminem was like, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Relapse or something.
Maybe.
But it was like holding the top album spot in America for like months or weeks. I can't remember. But Avenged knocked him off. And I remember watching an interview being like, "Oh yeah, I've got that Eminem album. I bought it." and now we've knocked him off the top spot. So yeah, so that's Nightmare. What about Hail to the King?
Coming Home maybe.
Yeah, a lot of people. I read something on Reddit recently. Someone was ranking them, and that song it is good. I feel like I need to listen to. I like Requiem, but it will probably be Acid Rain. I love that song.
Yeah,
I love that song. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, but it's such a beautiful song, and hearing it live as well was something else.
Dude, yeah, we saw it live, didn't we? And we had like a big screen of all the green down. Yeah, that was amazing.
That's beautiful. Stage. So I think mine's already. I think I already said Fermi Paradox was. I love that song so much.
I just realised we didn't even say So Far Away. That's on Nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Stage, I think it would be The Stage.
Yeah. I mean, you said that earlier, didn't you? Realistically, I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah, I do love that song. Goddamn's another good song.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I'll go with The Stage. Higher, yeah.
But yeah, I think for me, it would be Fermi Paradox, and then finally we've got Life Is But a Dream.
Oh.
See, I'd say the song I've listened to most off of that album is between Ordinary and I think Metal. And I think if I had to choose a favourite, I think out of that album, I think the song I probably love the most is probably Metal for me.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard, man. I do like Metal. Because it's so like same as Game Over, like it goes into like sort of musical and then it just goes
yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, I love Easier too. Easier, the riff in that. I do remember when I was listening to it in the garden. I do remember being like, it's like, yeah, that's the face I'm. Oh.
Yeah. It caught me off guard because it was like it's easier just to walk, and then it's sort of just and you just start going in, and then you're like, okay, this came out of nowhere, but it's so good.
yeah. I'll probably, I don't know. I'll probably say I'll be safe, and I'll probably say Nobody, but it'll probably. I reckon.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like from time to time with Avenged Sevenfold, or for me anyway, with Avenged Sevenfold, your favourite song will probably shift depending on what either mood you're in, or sometimes it's just what you start listening to the most. And obviously for me, one of my favourites is definitely Betrayed, which is a bit of an odd one for probably some people to hear, but that's a song I sort of listened to a lot when I was younger and sort of growing up, and I always went back to that, just always listened to it.
I must have I'm so stupid. I'm gonna change my answer for City of Evil.
Go on.
I forgot about the song I've got on my arm.
Seize the Day. Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I forget that.
God damn it.
T-shirt. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Seize the Day for that one. But here's a good question for you because you're. So if you was to introduce someone to Avenged Sevenfold,
what song will I first show?
No. What two songs would you send? If you're trying to explain to someone what kind of music this band does, and you had to send them two songs, I'll tell you what two I sent after. But yeah, I'll be interested to hear.
So when I recently showed someone for the first time, actually, funny enough, I showed someone Avenged Sevenfold for the first time. I showed them Nobody, because I got them to watch the video as well. And she watched it and was like, yeah, this she sort of fell in love with it after that. And she was like, yeah, this is amazing, sort of thing. Whether she's gone to listen to more after that, I don't know. But
it's like an Avenged song, but it doesn't sound so much like an Avenged song. You know what I mean? There's not dueling guitars. There's not so much M Shadow's voice sounds different in this. As well.
I think two songs. I feel like I would try and give them such a contrast though, because like the first song, if I go back to when I showed my granddad the first the couple of Avenged Sevenfold songs, I showed him Dear God and I showed him Afterlife. Those are the two songs I showed him, the first two ever songs, and it would probably be a contrast like that, like a sort of ballad-y sort of song like Dear God Seize the Day, and then it would be something like a bit more avenged, like probably something like Afterlife, or I'd say Stage, or something like Hail to the King, like one of the big ones, sort of. Or
it's funny because you mentioned them 3 songs, but I think they're so different, all of them. You know, Afterlife is probably the most commercially friendly, I'd say.
Yeah.
Really catchy
chorus.
Amazing solo in that. The Stage is different. It's more narrative based, I'd say. And in Hail to the King, it's like just a classic
rock song
or
metal.
I wouldn't even classify that as metal. There's not enough. It's very basic. You know what I mean?
What would you choose? What were the 2 songs you would choose then?
So same thing.
I
introduced someone to Avenged recently, and I was having this conundrum. I was like, and they went, "Oh, what type of music is it?" And I went, "Well, they're metal, but they're not, because of songs like Dear God, and they're so experimental, and especially the latest album. It's more progressive than anything." But what I sent her was Acid Rain.
Oh yeah.
And A Little Piece of Heaven. I was like, just so you know, I'm going to show you this really beautiful song about the world ending and telling your loved ones that, life wouldn't be so precious if it was an end, and I'm going to be by your side, like, don't be afraid. And then I'm going to show you this other song, which is about, someone killing their wife, having sex with their body, and then they're coming back to life, and then killing him, and then they kill everyone else. Like, I thought, just not to show what type of music they do, but just to show this, it can either go over here or you can either go over there. Like, and there's tons in the middle as well. So that's what I say.
I think Acid Rain's a very good shout for one of the first songs, and then Little Piece of Heaven is like such a contrast to that as well. It's definitely. I mean, we basically more or less did, in a way, Would You Rathers with Avenged Sevenfold songs, but I do have 10 Would You Rathers for you.
Okay. Right
now. So, you ready for this? Some of these are odd, and some of these are just like basically standard Would You Rathers. All right, we'll go for the first one, which is, I guess, a bit more orientated for you. Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie, or the lead in a box office bomb?
For minor reason, it was a bomb.
The movie as a whole is a whole bomb. Like, everything about it. It's a box office bomb, so it's like it's put millions into it, but it's just crap.
Oh man. I thought that'd be easy, but that's actually quite tough, because if you're part of that, I might never work again. But if I'm an extra, like in a film, I'm essentially not in it, because I'm just a prop.
But then you look at what Ryan Reynolds with Green Lantern, that was like, that tanked really badly, and then you look where he's went after that.
Yeah, I mean, he was already established before then. It's my first film.
Yeah, so we'll say it's your first film.
I mean, if it's like Sharknado or something, I'll become a cult hero.
Yeah.
I'll go with be a part of a bomb, because at least then I can get really drunk and go to the premiere or something and laugh about it. I can do some podcasts. How not to what not to do. Life story.
Would you rather take amazing selfies but look terrible in all other photos, or be photogenic everywhere but in your selfies?
photogenic. I can't even speak.
Nah.
Everywhere, because
Yeah.
I could happily never take a selfie ever again. I think I already look, I don't like the way I look at a selfie because I just don't know. I feel like I'm.
Is that?
Yeah, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like I try and keep a normal face, like, and then it goes, "You're pouting," and I'm like, "I'm not. It's just not. It's literally just smolder."
Yeah, the rock smolder.
Like be really, really good looking.
But yeah, I thought that one would be quite easy. So like I said, there's some, I guess, some thinkers and some not so much.
Yeah.
But would you rather have a third nipple or an extra toe?
Ooh.
I mean, it's two very different things, but both a bit.
Where's the nipple? Is it there?
Yeah. We'll say it's just like somewhere on. Yeah,
Oh,
somewhere
I'd rather have an extra toe.
Yeah. Would you, also, where else is a nipple going to be? On your back.
Yeah. Could be there.
Yeah, it's right on your chin.
No, if it's in there, I can maybe grow a bit of chest hair and hide it.
Like Steve Carell and 41-Year-Old Virgin, or whatever it is.
Literally, yeah, the love rug on his chest. Yeah, I'd go with an extra toe, and then I'll
Why'd you
both
keep...
or 1 foot.
No, 1 foot, just one extra toe.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Read.
Yeah. See, I feel like some of these are quite easy. Well, this this one, I don't know. Actually, no, I felt like I know what I would say in this. Would you rather be beautiful and stupid, or unattractive but a genius?
Oh, I'd rather be a genius, 100%.
Like, what's it? You're looking like what's it? Hunchback on Notre Dame, whatever it is.
I've seen the way. I don't mind ringing bells for a living. It's fine. The thing is as well is that they're making a live action movie, aren't they? They're making the live action.
Are they?
Yeah. So
I didn't know that.
Like I said before, as a hunchback, I'll have no roles fit for me, and then Hunchback Notre Dame comes along.
Boom.
That's my lead right there. And then I'm set, and then I'll probably be in, I don't know, Rings of Power season 3 or something.
All right. Would you rather? I feel like this one might be maybe a bit difficult. Would you rather be able to speak any language or be able to communicate with animals? So look, that's the thing.
Communicate with animals.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking like with any language you can go anywhere in the world. It wouldn't matter where you go. With animals, you'll be the only person ever to be able to actually just talk to animals.
Yeah. But I could go live in the forest and just be like, what's the anime character that goes and speaks like Snow? Is it Snow White? No, who is it that goes in the forest and they got like the rabbits and the squirrels? It's not.
No. That's it's Snow White. It's Snow White.
It's
Snow White. Yeah.
Yeah. Got Thumper and that's Bambi, right?
No, I swear it is.
Anyway,
It's all Disney princesses. Basically.
Imagine you could speak to animals and go into like the jungle. That would be amazing.
Or you just
say, "Please don't eat me."
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. No, but come on.
No. Oh yeah, I'm hungry though.
Well, what if you go into a zoo and then you're speaking to animals, they're just like, "Please get me out, please help." And it's like, "I can't, soz." You're on your own there.
Would never go to the zoo in the first place.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't remember the last time I actually went to the zoo. It might have been when I was a kid.
Dog. Imagine having a pet dog, and then you can speak. Do you know what I mean? You can just watch TV with him. He's just chilling by his side, loving life. Saying that would be annoying because the dog would just be like, "Take me for a walk every minute."
Yeah, take me for a walk. Take me for a walk. Take me for a walk. Can I have some food?
I'd have to make some ground rules with him. Yeah. Yeah, but I would also like to learn more languages. You know?
We never have to watch anime subbed.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
That would be good, yeah. I'm actually planning a trip to Japan for my birthday next year.
Take me with you.
Start saving and you can come, mate. It's there's plenty of time. If you actually wanted to come, do it because I wanna do like. Start off in. I mean, I don't know where you start off. I think it's the south or the north. You start off, and then you work your way through Kyoto and end up in Tokyo. and then you can, if you go, and the good thing is, during April and my birthday, it's spring, so there's pink blossoms everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect time to go. So that's what I'm doing. So I've set myself like a because it's good. Like I've got a lot of things I always want to do, and like as you probably know, because you obviously do a lot of creative stuff too. It's very easy to fall into that way of thinking where it's like, oh, I really want to do this, but you never actually do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's always like just a thought in your head, and before you know it, like time passes and you're a lot older, and it's been years, and then one day it might be too late, or circumstances might not allow you to travel, or we might have like the song Planets in Acid Rain and the world might end. So it's just, I'm trying to be more like, stop thinking about what you're going to do
and do it,
and then just do it, and then think, obviously be sensible, don't get yourself in debt like to do something, but like don't wait is one. Like just do it now. And that goes for anything. You're unhappy in your job and you've always, like me, wanted to do something. Doesn't have to be acting, it could be anything, music, writing or something. Just do it. Don't wait for someone to come, and don't wait for the right moment, because there'll never be a right moment.
Yeah.
You've only got one life. Life doesn't last too long. So do what you want to do and have no regrets. That's what I say.
Well, very wise words, really. Now, onto a bit of something which is not so wise. Would you rather have all your messages and photos leaked publicly, or never use your phone ever again?
I think for legal reasons, I would probably have to never have my phone again.
What the hell was on your phone? It's got a dark web on there.
I don't think I've ever taken a dodgy picture in my life. Like I've never.
As we know of. Getting the right lighting. I don't know.
Oh no, there'll be a lot of you'll find a lot of like failed selfie attempts maybe, or or just a lot of gym, post gym photos, which I'm like, I thought I was in shape, but I'm not. But I don't know. I like a lot of dark humor.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Don't we all?
All right. Carry on with your would you rather, but I got a dark humor joke for you.
Stick around for that.
I'll tell it now. It's a quick one.
Go on.
I got a few actually. Why did the kid cross the road?
Oh God, why?
Because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
No. That's good. I like that.
There's too many. Like me and my pal at work, we put water in our mouth, and then the other one would tell one, and then we got to try and not spit it out.
Yeah.
But, there's been some dark ones. But that's one of my favourites recently.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually, to be fair. Would you rather be able to detect every lie you hear, or get away with every lie you tell?
Detect every lie I hear.
Yeah, I think that's the better option. Because imagine, then again, just walk into a bank and be like, "Oh yeah, I should have 50 grand on there," but you don't. No, I do. Oh yeah, sorry, but that's a mistake on our end. Bang.
But isn't that just like I don't know? Is that saying that if I lie about it, I can make it happen? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like if everyone believes every lie you hear, what's that film?
I could be like,
it's that Ricky Gervais film.
I've got 50 grand, and they'd be like, "No, you don't." I could be convinced to tell, but I've still not got 50 grand.
But it's that Ricky. What's that Ricky Gervais film where no one can lie? Oh yeah. Like everyone tells the truth, and then one day he can just lie, and then that's exactly what it is. He says he's got a certain amount, and then they go, "Oh, sorry," and then bang, he's got the money, sort of thing.
True. Yeah.
But then it's like, if you be able to detect every lie you ever hear, see, that can send you either one of two ways. Because what if you just realise people lie so much?
True. But then I call them out on it. I'll be like, "You're lying."
How do you know? But how do you? But that's the thing. How do you prove that they are lying? That's the problem. Or do you just know?
You just know, yeah. So you just be like, you don't even have to tell them. You can just be like, "Okay."
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. Fly around. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah. Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green, or never have to stand in line ever again?
I'll never have to stand in line ever again. I hate lines. Like Eric Hartman. Line. You know, when he gets by a roller coaster, a theme park, and he's like, in oh yeah, I hate. You know, it's not. You know what it is? It's not lines I hate, as well. It's like living where I live. It's just everyone. The pavements are so narrow. Everyone is really old or in massive families, and everyone walks about 1 miles per hour. And I can't walk straight or walk fast anywhere unless I go in the road and risk getting run over. That thing annoys me.
Yeah.
I walk slow. But yeah, being in lines and stuff, I don't mind so much.
I feel like
how often do you queue? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, having no lines. I mean, then again, I can't. Yeah, no lines would be amazing, actually, or just to be at the front of the line in general. Yeah. Because obviously me and the missus went to the Sidemen shop, which opened on the opening day, and we waited in line for 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah, it was.
You get what? The t-shirt you're wearing now?
No. I've had this for ages. I bought a different t-shirt and a pair of sliders.
Oh wow. Worth
But oh yeah. But no, I'm glad. I mean, I went on the day, and you know what? It was a nice sort of day out anyway. So, but
okay. Yeah, I see what you mean now. I mean, like, if I was to get front row, actually, I'd never want to be front row at a concert.
No. Oh no, I think I love that. I love being out. I've been at a front row of concerts before, and it's a whole different experience, and I loved it.
I think I'd freak out, not being able to move. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that's the thing. I think the concerts I've been to, I was at the front of a Papa Roach concert.
Just crowd surf
and stuff. That's another. Yeah.
Me and Mitchell did.
But I mean, I was at the front of a Papa Roach concert because obviously we had the meet and greet thing, so we were the first ones in at the front. But being at the front, I wasn't getting squished or anything. I didn't feel like trapped. I was like, I still could move. Right, so I was like, you know what? It was fine. Like,
did you just rub yourself with like onions and garlic before you?
Yeah. How did you know? All right, and last, would you rather? Would you rather have the ability to be either turn invisible, or to be able to fly? That is the real question.
I love how my mind just went to if I was to rob a bank straight away. What would be more? Why am I thinking about robbing banks? Like I want to do that.
Yeah, just walk through. We'll take what 50 mil. We'll see you later.
I'd probably. I don't know. You know, fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I can fly anywhere. You know what I mean? You can, like, yeah, definitely flying. Never have to travel again.
Yeah.
Need a car. Go anywhere in the world you want. And just how cool would it be to fly? You know what I mean? It would be amazing unless you get hit by a plane.
Yeah. Just hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Died within an hour of being out of.
Damn, traffic's bad today.
What was it? Oh, please, hit by a blimp.
Yeah. Oh. All right, but changing the topic now onto something which could be quite depressing for us too, considering who we support, football. Both of us being Tottenham fans.
Yeah.
With the new manager coming in.
No thanks for that.
Yeah. With the new manager coming in, what do you think of the new? Because he's done well everywhere he's gone. I mean, obviously coming to Tottenham, a lot of managers of high profile have just sort of struggled there. I wouldn't say it's necessarily because of them. It's probably because how the team has been run or has been run for ages, where he has what seems to be a very different approach to the team.
So far I'm really liking what I see. He reminds me a lot of when Harry Redknapp came in that time.
Yeah.
He's very much a people person. You know, I think we got a lot of players that I think need almost like an arm around the shoulder and be more encouraging, because I don't think Conte and Mourinho are that type of manager. You know, they're not man managers, if that makes sense. But already, just from going to a new formation and being more attacking, I think I'm quite positive about this season with Spurs. I think people need to be patient. I think because we're bringing in a lot of new players. It's a new way of playing. You know, we got a lot of young players as well. It's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm glad we're addressing a lot of things which I think needed to be addressed before. The defense, for example.
Yeah.
God, some of our defenders. You know, I think it's time for Sanchez and Dyer to move on. We might be getting Van der Berg today. That's really good. Have you watched any of him? He's
Yeah.
He's far. He's young as well. You know, got a new goalkeeper, which is great. Getting Madison as well in that sort of number 10 role in between, you know, behind the strikers and stuff, and playing Basuma. I think people are going to be quite surprised with Spurs. You know, but I'm also worried about how much other teams are building right now. Aston Villa in particular, they've made some great signings, man, and they were playing really well last season. Brighton as well. Brighton could be either really good or suffer again because they're selling more players. They just sold their goalkeeper, didn't they, to Chelsea actually.
Was that David Raya, wherever it is? No, that's Brentford.
That's Brentford. He's going to Arsenal.
Yeah.
So, in terms of do I think Spurs, I think so far. Did you watch the friendlies?
I haven't been. I've watched I've only been able to watch the highlights at the moment.
I think Richarlison will be a completely different player this season. I think our way of playing and formation suits him better, and he'll play down the middle rather than on the left, not his position. I know we've played like nobodies. I mean, we played West Ham actually, and we lost, but it was so different watching him. It was actually exciting to watch again, you know, like the old days. So yeah, I'm pretty positive, but I just need us to sign some bloody defenders and get this Harry Kane drama done with, you know, whether he's going or staying.
Would you reckon? That's actually one thing I've actually got on there. Would you reckon will happen with Kane? Because I have my own theory about what will happen with him. Whether it will come into fruition or not, I don't know. I reckon he'll stay this season and then leave on a free next season, basically. But I reckon he'll leave to a Prem club. Only reason being is because he's only 47 goals away from beating Shearer's record. So I don't see him moving overseas. I don't see him moving out of the Premier League until he breaks that record, and then I don't think he cares where he goes after that.
With me, right? Like the only Premier League team he's been linked with is Man United, right?
And they've just signed a striker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but is Man United really that big right now of a step up for Kane to leave? Like, are you going to be challenging for the league? No, they're not. You know, it's going to be City who wins, or even Arsenal challenging them again. Is it worth leaving Spurs and tarnishing your Premier League legacy just to maybe win an FA Cup? You know, like, are Man United going to win the Champions League? No, they're not. Are they going to win the Premier League? No, they're not. Will they do well in the other cups? Yeah, maybe. So I just don't think he would go. He'd be interested. Do you know what I mean? I also think if he was to go Bayern Munich, just to get a couple of medals in a German league where they're almost already determined to win, like predetermined, because there's not much competition, right? Bayern Munich are the club in Germany. Even if he went there for 2 years and then came back to Spurs after, he could still beat the record. You know, he's only 30, so even if he went until he's 33, came back and played a few more seasons for Spurs, and then he could equal the record. So I don't know. Like, I don't think Kane is. I don't know. Just from he hasn't been too public with it. If they want to sell me and there's a good offer on the table, Bayern Munich, so I'll talk to them. But I'm also happy to stay. So that's what I think is going to happen. I don't think he's going to leave on the free. So I feel like he would want to repay Spurs so they get some money for him, right? So if he stays, he will sign an extension, and then if he was to sell him, it might be next season, But yeah, what's your theory then?
I mean, that was my. I reckon he'll just I don't think he'll extend unless Tottenham maybe get. I think the only way he stays after his contracts is basically coming to an end is if Tottenham get Champions League or finish relatively high up in the table, like close to battling for the title.
No, it's no longer top 4; it's top 5. So
Wait,
So
for Champions League?
yeah, there's 5 spaces now for English teams.
Oh, I thought it was only 4 still, but
No, it's gone up to 5.
ooh.
So if you think about it, I mean, but you know, you got Chelsea completely rebuilt now. They came like what 10th or something. So I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really interesting season. I think it's going to be obvious who wins. You know, I think Man City. But even saying that, Man City are going to be a new team as well because they've sold a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's at the end of the day, it's still City.
I know. Like Mahrez is gone.
Mm.
They won everything. I was thinking about this as well, like the psychological side of it. Like they won everything last season.
Yeah.
Like everything. Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup. Sometimes it's like, well, we've done it now, and that's why you think, well, I might leave. Like, there's no guarantee Haaland's going to want to spend his whole career at City. He might want to go out and win other titles in other leagues. You know what I mean?
Well,
Real Madrid win the La Liga title. So
did like what Zlatan did, basically went everywhere and won
Yeah.
more or less every title. He's been not every title, but most titles, I would say.
exactly, yeah. So everyone's saying, oh, Haaland's going to beat Kane's record anyway. I don't think he'd even stay there that long. I don't think he will.
Yeah, because he may want to go somewhere else, like you said, like to not a bigger club, but to a different league of just to win more, to have different experiences as well. Because he's still young at the end of the day.
Exactly, yeah. It's terrifying how young he is.
Where do you think Tottenham will finish?
Where I want them to finish, or where I think they will finish.
I want them to finish first, but
yeah, no, like I could see us coming maybe. Oh, so hard, isn't it? Depending on who we sign, maybe 7th.
Yeah.
6th.
I was gonna say we haven't got any Champions League or any sort of European football, so we have that burden off of our backs.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's why I was thinking maybe somewhere like between 6th and 5th, because we have it's Aston Villa's first time with like massive European football.
Yeah.
Newcastle's first time with European football, so it's a whole different ball game for them now, because it's like like I mean Newcastle, I think the last time Newcastle had European football was like 2012 or something like that, like or even before that, and that was Europa League, not Champions League. So
they're making signings though. You know what I mean? So they've not sold anyone. They've got the whole team. Well, they sold that Saint Maximin, didn't they? Saint Maximin.
I thought he was staying. I haven't been up to date with recent transfers, but
if you follow Fabrizio Romero, his name Fabrizio Romero, he does like all the transfers.
Oh no, I follow him on Twitter, but I just haven't looked, or haven't bothered having a look. But if you had to choose your top 7, like from 1st to 7th, who do you reckon? Where do you think people place?
I think it'll be Man City, Arsenal, I'd probably say, will Newcastle come 3rd again? I honestly don't know. Maybe. I don't think Man United. I mean, Man United have made some signings, haven't they? I'll go with Newcastle. I think Chelsea are going to do well.
Yeah.
Don't want them to. But I don't know. I feel like they've got structure now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great manager, obviously, in Poch. But so I think maybe. I don't know where Liverpool are going to come, because Liverpool have got a whole new midfield now.
I think Liverpool will do a lot better this season than they did last season.
Yeah, they've got McAllister and that other guy who I can never say his name.
Who else did they bring in?
Lozame or something.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Always buy him on Pez. He was always really highly rated on Pez. But yeah, so 4th I think will be between. It could even be Liverpool, you know. I think it'll be United, Chelsea, and then maybe Spurs, and then after Spurs it will be between like Villa, Brighton.
Yeah. Those sort of teams.
Yeah. What about you?
I think something similar, but I think in my head, I had maybe Liverpool finish back in second, City winning the league, Liverpool
Really?
second, Arsenal third. It's a lot for Arsenal to keep up with as well, and not I know they've like brought in Declan Rice, Havertz, Timber, players like that, but at the end of the day, it's their first time back in the Champions League for a very long time. So it's a lot
Mm,
more. I'm just trying to take into account of we've got three teams who didn't have or haven't had any really European football for a while,
true.
and it's their first season back in, and if it goes and dependent on injuries and
Mm.
stuff like that. So, and also I just see Liverpool doing a lot better. I don't see them finishing in where they finished. Yeah, I just see them doing better this year, Liverpool. I think Chelsea's a good finish for fourth. I think maybe United fifth, Tottenham sixth. Oh no,
Yeah.
but Newcastle. Ah,
What I mean, it's
yeah.
like
So many teams now.
one of the most open leagues, I think, in a long time. I feel
Mm.
like the
especially if it's top five now. You know, you could easily be the top five. You've got like between 7 and 8 teams.
Yeah,
Who would have thought Newcastle would come third or fourth? I think. They did.
yeah.
Last season, like I
Mm.
know they're the richest club in the world now, but
But they didn't really spend any of that money last season. Like they only maybe brought in a few players.
they made some big signings. Yeah,
Mm.
but you're right. And that's the thing with Spurs. Like we're signing people, but we can't compete with teams like Chelsea and United who are spending 80 million on players. You know what I mean? We're
Yeah.
never going to do that. I think even the Van der Berg deal's going up to like 40 million now, which is
Oh.
crazy.
Yeah,
But no, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just
Mm.
like I'm just excited to start watching again. I think Son's going to have a great season.
yeah.
Predict him. That's why he's gone straight into my fantasy league tick.
But yeah, speaking of like being excited to watch things again and stuff like that, and can't wait for the new season to start. Are you currently watching any anime or anything like that?
Yeah, so I just started a new one called Hell's Paradise. Don't know if you've seen it.
Can't say that I have. No.
I'm on like episode 3, so it's too early to speak upon that at the moment.
Mm.
But
I'll tell you what I did watch and I really enjoy it. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Amazon. It's called Invincible.
No.
So the reason I watched that is because one of the characters in it has just been announced as DLC in the new Mortal Kombat coming out
Oh.
in September.
Okay.
He's like a Superman type, but it's like an adult superhero, sort of similar to the Boys in a way, I suppose.
Okay.
But it's animated,
Mm.
and it's all sort of like I couldn't believe the voice cast. It's like Stephen Young from Walking Dead
Hmm.
voices the main guy. Is it J.K. Simmons?
Not
Does
sure.
Whiplash and everything. He does Omni-Man. Seth Rogen does a character. Like I kept pressing pause and I was like, oh my god, this person does this person.
Mm.
But it's really good. There's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Check it out. I think you'd like it. It's quite brutal, man.
Mm.
It's really brutal. But what else did I watch? Oh, I finished Demon Slayer.
Ah, season 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think? Because I'm all up to date.
I thought it was good. I liked it, but like the thing with Demon Slayer, and I think people get this with Demon Slayer, is that story-wise, it's not something. It's not like Attack on Titan level where there's like a complex story.
Yeah.
It's like that whole third season was him going to get his sword fixed. It was just one big fight
Yeah.
in the swordsmith village, right? And obviously it has that massive cliffhanger, which I won't spoil, but
Mm.
like taking the story forward, right, with
Yeah.
the main antagonist. But it's such an amazing show to watch. Like the animation, the characters as well. Yeah, loving that. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I mean, I've always sort of been in love with Demon Slayer, but something I've been watching as well because it's coming out every Tuesday, and the animation for that has massively jumped up because of Mappa, because of Mappa as well. Funny enough, is Jujutsu Kaisen, because Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 has started, and so far, that has been unreal. It's been so good so far.
I need to rewatch season 1, you know, because I remember enjoying it, but I couldn't tell you what happened.
I think
season.
give season 1 a rewatch, and then watch the film again if you haven't already seen it, because that's on Crunchyroll as well.
It was
And
a
then
prequel.
so the film is a prequel, but still definitely worth a watch, and I would definitely recommend watching it because season 2 is basically still in what, by the looks of it, is still in the prequel.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and because I was a bit like, wait, what's going on? And then then you sort of realize what's going on. It's like, oh, okay, so basically it's still like a prequel before, so and so joins and all that sort of stuff, and it's been unreal so far. Like the animations as well, the fight scenes and everything. It's just been amazing.
I feel like Mappa people are just don't sleep. I swear.
Yeah,
they're
just
doing so many projects. Like
they're taking over everything at the moment. Mappa.
I just finished watching Vinland Saga 2, season 2. That's really good.
Yeah.
As well. That's another one to recommend.
Completely. Yeah.
Story as well. I won't spoil it, but yeah, that's I'd highly recommend that as well.
And if you're looking to, obviously on the topic of sport earlier, if you're looking to get any sports into any sports anime, it's definitely Blue Lock, Kuroko no Basket, and Haiku are definitely worth a watch.
Football, right?
Blue Lock's football, Haiku's volleyball, and Kuroko no Basket is basketball.
Basketball. Yeah, I've never watched the. Are they more like comedy? Would you say, or are they still more like? I'd say
there's quite a mix. It's similar to like what I would say a slice of life anime is, like stuff like it's a bit more. Like you're not gonna go. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, this person like fight scenes, someone's gonna die. No, it's like it's very different sort of tense energy and stuff. Like Blue Lock is like very different from like Haiku. I would say is more fast paced and stuff like that. But you do get, I think season 3 or 2 of Haiku is literally 12 episodes and it's one volleyball match. Like that whole season is one volley, but it makes sense as to why it is, sort of thing.
Right, okay.
But it's
power ups, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I think because Haiku was the first sports anime I watched, and I fell in love with it. It's that like, the story's really good. It's funny, and there's not a lot of anime for me which can like really make me laugh or make me sort of chuckle and sort of thing. Haiku is definitely one of them. Kuroko no Basket is definitely. I'm not a massive fan of watching basketball in general, but that's on my wall. Kuroko no Basket, and that was amazing. And then
Blue Lock one.
Yeah, Blue Lock there, and Blue Lock was. I love football, and I fell in love with because it's not Blue Lock isn't just we're playing football. It's a whole different take on what it is.
Like the characters too, right? And
yeah. Yeah, but I would
keep thinking about Blue Lock. It's on Crunchyroll, right? So maybe I'll note of it.
Yeah, because season 1's done, so it's just a matter of waiting for season 2 now. But yeah, Blue Lock is definitely up there. But yeah, we spoke about a lot today.
I'm actually not gonna lie. How long have we been talking?
We've been speaking for about, I'd say about an hour and a half, by the looks of it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just looking at the wrong date. We spoke 8. Oh, that was over a year ago. What? Last time we spoke on Discord was December.
Oh my god.
2022.
That's a long old time ago.
Literally, yeah. Once a year we speak.
Yeah. But I like to end this podcast in the same way with everyone I speak to, because I love to get a gauge of what your favourite quotes or what other people. I believe I already know what yours is, as it's tattooed on your arm, but things could have changed. Yeah. So what would you say your favourite quote is? Obviously, it may not necessarily be that now, because obviously times change. But what would you say your favourite quote is?
My favourite quote, I think. Obviously, my arm says "seize the day or die regretting the time you lost." I suppose it's sort of jumps on from that. We all have 2 lives. The second life begins when you realise you only have one. That's probably my favourite quote.
Yeah, that's a really powerful quote.
Because it's just, there's a lot of it's basically just saying, just remember, that you only live once, so do what makes you happy and seize the day. And because it's true, there's life
It's gonna say life is but a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, but it's true. You know, it's true. When you need to, you know, don't sweat the small things. If you want to do something, do it. Don't
Yeah.
wait. Time goes very quickly. You know, because I can remember when I was, you know, was talking about me starting acting for the first time.
Mm.
I started studying quite late. I was 20, 23 to going on to 24.
Yeah.
And I still remember that like that was a few years ago, and I'm 34 now. So it's just a long time ago. Like time goes just like that.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about, like I say, going to Japan for years, and I think I've been talking about it for years. And before I know it, I'll probably be 45, and I won't be able to move because my back hurts from, you know,
Yeah.
falling over so much. So, so yeah, it's like, yeah, I love that quite, and I actually heard that from all people from Tom Hiddleston, who plays.
Oh, wow.
I read it in an interview with him. And I was just like, yeah, he's right.
Well, I've got a quote of the day as well, and for you though, for those, obviously it's not going to be uploaded on the day, so for those of you watching or listening, it's the 3rd of August, and today's quote of the day is, "Never regret yesterday, life is in you today, and make your own tomorrow." And that was by L. Ron Hubbard.
Good old L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. But yeah, I saw that today. Do you know what?
You know, that's sort of similar to what I just said.
Yeah, because when you said that, I sort of looked at that. I was like, yeah, it's very similar. So it's sort of quite on the topic of it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, don't, you know, try not to get too upset with the past. Try not to stress about the future, and live in the now. And if we can all live by that, I'm sure we'd all be, you know, a bit happier as well. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on today, Darrell. I really appreciate it.
So yeah, I've been talking a long time. Hopefully, I hope I haven't waffled too much. But yeah.
But yeah, if you want to see anything about Darrell, make sure you check the link in the description down below. Go give him a follow over there, and also check out his new gaming channel, which he's currently doing with one of his friends. I'll leave that in the description down below as well. So yeah, be sure to check those out, and I will see you next Tuesday. Have a wonderful day. Bye.